If you use realistic stickers like these in your digital planner, you know that you can't always find ones that match the design or aesthetic that you're looking for. Today I'm going to show you a simple and easy process to create your own sticker templates in Procreate. You can use these again and again to create digital stickers that you will love. Hey there, welcome back. If you're new, my name is Lori, and on this channel I cover all things digital planning, art, creativity, and productivity. If that sounds good to you, make sure you stick around. Today I'm going to show you how to create a realistic looking digital sticker of anything you want and make it color editable in Procreate. Let's get started. Here's what you'll need. You'll need to get a copyright-free image of the object you want to make into a sticker. You can either take your own photo or get one online. I'm going to show you a couple of websites. Then you're going to need some kind of software to remove the background of the photo. I love using Canva Pro, but it has a little bit of limitations. You can also use something like Affinity Photo or Photoshop, or there are definitely some free options as well. Remove.bg, Photopea, etc. And then of course you're going to need your iPad with Procreate. This method may work in some other apps, but I've tested it for Procreate, which as of this filming is an iPad only app. The first thing we need to do is to actually find a photo of an object that you want to make into a sticker. Like I said, you can either take a photo of something yourself. So if I wanted to make this colored pencil into a sticker, I could take a photo of that. But you can also go find plenty of free photos online that you have rights to use. We're going to hop into Safari. The first site we're going to look at is Pexels, P-E-X-E-L-S. This site is great for free stock photos as well as video. I use that for a lot of B-roll if I need something that I don't have or I can't shoot myself. And then you can just come in here and start searching for anything you want. Let's try scissors. Hit search. Perfect. And then you can just search for one. The key here is that you want to find one that stands out in contrast to the background because we're going to be cutting that out. This one here actually looks really good. And it says we have a free download. So we're going to go ahead and grab that. Click the download button. If you would like to, you can donate something to the creator of the photo, but you do not have to. And then that's going to show up here in your downloads. So you can do this with as many things as you want to make stickers of. The next step is going to be cutting this object out of the background. And you can do this in any number of programs. I usually try and start with something easy, and then if I have a hard time with it, I'll work up to something that's a little more complex. I'll usually try and start with something like Canva Pro, which has a background remover tool. And then if that really doesn't work, I'll jump into Affinity Photo, Photoshop, something like that. You can also try something like remove.bg or Photopea, something like that. There are some online ones as well that are pretty good at removing backgrounds. Basically what we want to do is make sure that we can cut out the scissors without any of this extra background, because you can see there's some gradient and things like that. And then you're just going to want to save it as an image. This will save it to your camera roll, which makes it really easy to find when you're trying to cut the background out in other apps. We're going to give Canva a try first. I'm just going to create a new design, and you can pick any size. I'm going to pick a presentation just because I know that's landscape and my photo is that direction. I'm going to come over to my camera roll, and here's that photo. This is why we save it there, because it's so much easier. Click Add to Page and make sure that you select outside of the photo to deselect it and then back onto it. This will allow you into the Edit Image menu, and here's our background remover tool. Give it a minute to do its thing. Great. And you can see with this one we had some extra little pieces here, so we're just going to grab this eraser tool, make the brush size a lot bigger, and come here and just get rid of these other things that we don't need. All right, perfect. Hit done and apply. Now we have our scissors here, and if you wanted to check that the background remover got done really well, you can just come up here and put any kind of colored background behind it, and you can see we got rid of all of that extra stuff. All right, now the other key here with Canva Pro is you're able to download as a PNG, which will give you a transparent background, and that's what we're looking for. Come up here to the share button, go to download, change this to PNG and make sure that you check this box for transparent background. It's turned off by default, so you're going to need to do that. This is only on page 2, so I'm just going to grab that one. All right, so Canva is just not going to work for us today. I'm not sure if there's a glitch happening or what. So we're going to try one of our backup methods. We're going to go over to remove.bg and see how we do there. Upload image from our photo library. Here's that one we just downloaded from Pexels. Say use. All right. And if you hit the edit button here, now same thing as with Canva, you can come in here and erase these extra bits that we don't need. All right. And then just click download. It's already defaulting to PNG. So let's grab that. Okay, so here it is downloaded. And again, we're just going to save that as an image so we have it in our photo library and it's really easily accessible. Here is that one with the scissors just cut out. All right, so now we've got the cutout picture of our scissors, and we're going to take this into Procreate and start figuring out how we can make this part color editable. We're going to open up Procreate, and the first thing you need to do is come up here and create a new canvas. And any size is fine. I'm just going to use my screen size for now. Then we are going to put this on the new layer. Come up here to the little wrench and we're going to insert a photo. Grab the one that is cut out and I'm going to make this bigger so it fills up my canvas here. Perfect. Come up here to the layers panel, and on this layer that has the scissors, I'm going to take 2 fingers, swipe to the left and duplicate. And I'm going to do that twice. Then I'm going to rename these because I love being organized and this is going to keep everything really neat and clean. This bottom one I'm going to rename Original. This second one we're going to rename Grayscale. And this one will be Color or Color Fill, just so you know what you're doing with it. And you can actually turn off the original layer. It's basically just there as a backup in case you make a mistake or you want to do something else with it. Now we're going to select our grayscale layer, come over here to the adjustments menu, that's the little magic wand, choose hue, saturation, and brightness, and we are going to turn the saturation all the way down to none. Now it doesn't look like we did anything, and that's because you can still see this color fill layer on top of it. If I turn that off, you can see that what we did was we turned this layer of scissors into grayscale. The next step is to create the color mask. We're going to select our color layer, choose a color, something that's different than what's on the scissors here. I tend to like to use a bright one that stands out, just so I know it's not something that I'm ever really going to use. I'm going to grab this bright green here. Come back to this color layer. I'm going to use 2 fingers again and swipe to the right, and that's going to turn on alpha lock. You can kind of tell if you look closely, this has a little bit of a checkerboard pattern behind it. If you don't want to use the 2-finger shortcut, you can also click on the layer and turn on alpha lock that way. Then we're going to come here and choose fill layer. Oh, I have to turn it on first. Choose fill layer. Now we're going to select our eraser tool and we're going to remove any areas of the object that we do not want to be recolored. So for me, that's going to be the blades here. I only want to recolor the handle. Now, if you want to be able to see a little bit better what you're doing, you can temporarily take the opacity of this down a little bit and that'll help you see where you're erasing. So I'm going to get rid of all of this. It's usually best to use a monoline brush for this because you get nice clean lines at the end. There we go. All right, so now as you can see, I have my scissors here with just the green handle. And what that means is when we work our magic here, only this green part is going to be recolored. So we have one more step to do on this layer, and that's going to create the magic here. As you can see, we have just basically a solid green handle right here. Doesn't look very realistic. All you need to do is come into the layer here and change the blend mode. Click on this little N, and we're going to change this to overlay. And now we get a little bit of a color blend. So now, anytime you want to change the color of this, make sure that your alpha lock is turned on. Come up here to change to whatever color you want, and then simply fill the layer. What I love to use this for, as kind of an advanced step, is actually using photos as an overlay. You don't have to worry about having alpha lock on for this type of fill. Go ahead and create a new layer. Come up here to the wrench, and you're going to insert a photo. And I just want to find one that's some kind of a pattern. Let's just grab this guy here. And you want to make sure that it's covering up the area that you're trying to fill. Now, the way that we make the magic happen here is simply turn this into a clipping mask. Come into your layer and choose clipping mask. And now you can see that that photo is filling this area. And you can still come in here on the arrow with the transform tool, turn it, move it around, resize it, etc. You can actually have multiple clipping masks on top of this one layer. So if I make this a clipping mask and go grab another photo, maybe one that's a little bit brighter. It's almost the 4th of July. Let's grab this one here. And it's a lot easier to see what is happening here. You can turn it around, do whatever you want. And now we have some 4th of July scissors. The main thing to remember when you are going to export this is to turn off this background layer down here. And that's going to give you this transparent background for your scissors. When you're going to export, come up here to the little wrench, click share, and make sure you're using a PNG file. That is going to give you that transparent background. You can save it as an image or save it to your files if you have a folder that you are putting a bunch of these into. If you'd like to share this or put this in another folder within Procreate, you can export the actual Procreate file here, and that's a really quick way to duplicate this since it does have all these multiple layers. Thanks for joining me today. I hope it was helpful for you. If it was, please give me a like, a thumbs up down below. It really is going to help my channel out. And if you'd like to learn more about editable digital stickers, make sure you check out this video next.